We all carry emotions inside us, some that support us, and others that hold us back. We can hide pain, suppress anger, control fear, but only until the body begins to speak. Through anxiety, tension, exhaustion, or psychosomatic symptoms. And then the search begins. What can I do about this? How do I get rid of it? Do I have to live like this forever? It was from these questions that one of the best-known emotional healing methods was born, EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques, created in the 1990s by Gary Craig. And several years later, a more modern and faster method began to grow from it, known today as Eutaptics, Faster EFT Duo, developed by Robert G. Smith. In this article, we will look at how this evolution happened, why Faster EFT differs so much from the original EFT, and why people who no longer want to just reduce emotions, but actually change their inner patterns are turning to it. From EFT to Faster EFT, how it began. Gary Craig built EFT on a simple principle. Negative emotions are the result of disruptions in the body's energy system. His method focused mainly on the body and meridian points, similar to acupuncture, but instead of needles, it used gentle tapping. EFT became a global phenomenon. It was simple, accessible, and effective, but not always fast, and not always able to resolve the root cause of the problem. And this is where Robert G. Smith entered the story. Robert practiced EFT for several years, but he was still fascinated by one question. Why does EFT work quickly for some people, while for others it barely works at all? Why do emotions sometimes disappear and then return later? This led him to a deeper study of the method, and he discovered that the real key was not meridians, but the brain, memory, and subconscious learning. What is Eutaptics Faster EFT? Why? 1. Robert gradually reshaped the method and created a new approach, known today as Eutaptics Faster EFT View, shortened simply to Faster EFT. While traditional EFT says that negative emotions are disruptions in the energy system, Faster EFT takes a different perspective. Emotions are not created in the body, they are created in the brain. The body only displays them. This means we do not fix energy. We rewrite mental programs that trigger stress, fear, trauma, phobias, self-blame, shame, anxiety, or anger. Key differences between EFT and Faster EFT. EFT, Gary Craig. Faster EFT, Robert G. Smith. Works with meridians and the energy system. Works with neurology, memories and thought patterns. Long tapping sequences, affirmations. Short, simple process. Tap release, rain print. Focus on removing negative energy. Changes meaning of the memory. Changes emotion, changes reaction. Focus, body. Focus. Mind to body responds automatically. Uses even though. I deeply love and accept myself phrase. No affirmations. Works with real-time neural response. The biggest difference. Faster EFT does not try to fix the problem. It changes the way we perceive it. When the inner picture changes, the body stops triggering the emotional response. That is why the method is so fast and often lasting. The problem is not the problem. The problem is what you know about the problem. And quo. Robert often says this sentence, and it makes perfect sense. The spider is not the problem. The problem is the fear connected to an old memory. Failure is not the problem. The problem is the old program. I'm not good enough. People are not the problem. The problem is the expectation of rejection. No emotion is truth. It is a learned response, and anything learned can be unlearned. Why people love Faster EFT. It is fast. Changes often happen in minutes. I know long rituals, affirmations, or complicated steps. Works for trauma as well as everyday stress. I works with logic and emotion at the same time. I does not require belief in energy, only in how the brain learns. And most importantly, it is easy to learn and can be used independently, which means it gives people freedom instead of dependency on therapists. The power is not in the method, but in the person who uses it. Emotions are not enemies, they are messages. Fear shows where an old program is running. Anger shows where we feel powerless. Shame shows where we accepted someone else's voice as our own. Faster EFT does not promise a spiritual miracle or an escape from reality. It offers the ability to take back control over your mind, and with it, over your life. If you want to understand how the method works in practice and learn to use it on your own, visit my store. You'll find ebooks that guide you through the first steps as well as deeper emotional transformation work. I'll